Hi everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to another video. I hope you've all had a fab week. I'm going to be using my little flexi finger today to show you guys this design. I have time stamped when the design begins down in the description box because I am going to run through how to fit a form onto one of the silicone fingers or hands, whatever you have, for those that want to practice their form fitting and all that there sort of good stuff. So if you're just interested in the design, check below in the description and I will let you know when it actually begins. But for now, what we are doing to fit the form is we've cleaned the silicone finger with just sort of some alcohol, I think this is sort of just alcohol cleanser, and sort of just got rid of a lot of the dust and stuff like that there that they pick up. And then once that's dry, I'm just going to wrap some sellotape around it. And then I am using my form here. This is from the little nail shop. I think this is the Blingline forms. And what I do is I just take off the main form and then I just kind of using see the little sort of like center perforated line. You can't really see it in the video, but that allows me to sort of line up where I want the tab to sit. The reason why I use those tabs underneath like many people is because it gives extra support, and I find it really good, especially whenever using the silicone hands or fingers, just to have that little bit of extra support. So once I have the lines all lined up to the middle of the nail, as usual, I could just go ahead and press on, and that will keep the form using the obviously using the tacky sort of bit of the form onto the sellotape. I can't think at the moment, my head's gone. And then I just sort of close it up as normal and make sure it's all nice and secure, and that'll be our form fitted. Okay, so jumping in now to building the extension itself, and I'm going to be using my Blingline Builder Gel. As you can see, this does not self-level. It is going to stay put. So what I tend to do is, obviously, if this was a person's nail, real person, I will have prepped and primed and done all I needed to do before applying any gel. But what I'm doing is, at the moment, I'm putting a slip layer down, and this slip layer is just going to allow me to it just, obviously gel follows gel, so it just makes it so much easier whenever you're building an extension or a platform, whatever you want to call it, because that's obviously what we're going to do with our form, is we're building that little platform as the basis of our nail. So that's why I like to put the slip layer down. It just makes life a little bit easier for the gel to follow the gel. And once I'm happy with that there, then we're going to go in for a cure. Okay, so now on to the part that almost every nail tech dreads, which is removing the form with such a very, very thin platform on this. This is the bit that my fingers always feel huge whenever I'm doing this. I think it just makes me feel nervous and fumbling. But you just want to remove that form really carefully, pinch it in first, and then peel back the rest off it. And there we go, we're left with the platform. And then I'm just going to snip off that sellotape because we don't need it anymore. We are all good to go. Okay, so very, very gently wiping that down, because we're going to be giving it a bit of a file and tidying up those sort of jagged little edges there around where the form, where the gel has cured onto the form. And now we're going to move on to the covergel pink. I adore this colour. It is so lovely. Suits pretty much any skin tone. And I'm just again putting like a little slip layer sort of where I want to build my my extended sort of nail bed out to, if that makes sense. And I'm just creating that lovely C curve. I tend to do this here in stages because if you do it too thick, you are going to have problems curing. So this is the first layer, and because I'm obviously working with quite a long nail, the part of this here smile line is going to be obviously part of the arch, so that's why I wanted to build it up a bit. And now we're just crispening up that smile line, giving it a wipe down, and I'm happy with that. So we're going to go in now with the Perfect French, and this is a self-leveling white. It is oh so white. It is absolutely beautiful, this here. Self-level, so good to work with. So we're going to pop our first layer down, and then we're going to go in for a cure. Okay, so now we're going in with our second layer of that perfect white, but we're not going to cure this. We're not going to cure this just yet. We're just going to apply it, keep most of it in the center if you can, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get some cling film or saran wrap, wherever you may be in the world. We're just going to lay that on lightly, and then very, very gently with a dotting tool. I tend to find that going around the edges works best for this here, and then sort of just down the center if you need to. And once we've done that, we will pop it in for a cure. And there we go, we're out of the lamp, and we can very gently peel off that cling film, and we have our pattern. So we're going to give that a good clean and a good we're just going to pat that off just with some lint free, and then going in with the Arteza. This is a metallic watercolor palette, and we're just going now to, well, I decided that I wanted to do sort of a bit of a kind of rainbow sort of effect. So yeah, I'm just sort of dipping into various colors, obviously getting into the lime greens, starting off with those there, and then just kind of working my way into the blues and purples and pinks, and I'll just kind of let you watch the colors all coming together. This is such a fun palette to work with. I love working with watercolors, and I love the effect this gives. So it's just lovely just being able to sort of dip in and just kind of play around. And what I will say is, you know, if you move your brush in various angles, you'll get really sort of into those little lumps and bumps, and they're kind of what's going to create the texture and the different tones, and you know, so this is a really fun design to play with. But anyway, I'll be quiet and let you watch the rest of the colours being applied. There we go, that's our colours on. How pretty is that? So going in now with the Cool One Step Gel, and this is a self-leveling gel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a good little amount of it just to kind of settle in between all those sort of little cracks and crannies there, and I will go in and do a quick cure, and then go in with a larger bead and kind of finish off sort of encapsulating everything, and make sure that my apex is all built up and that it's all in the right place. So I shall just sort of let you watch me encapsulating that there and come back to you in a moment. Okay, so we're just going to remove that inhibition layer with some gel cleanser and go in and just finish file that off. which I'll sort of do a majority of off camera. Look at the state of my gloves with the filing. But how pretty does that nail look? So we're going to go in now with some Snow White, the Blingline white that I always use, and my little, I think I've crowned this brush, my little cloud brush, because it seems to be the only brush that I like to use for doing clouds. It's a really old art brush, like a normal paintbrush, but I just love doing clouds with it. It just gives the exact little sort of like wispy, flat bottom clouds that I love. But you do whatever clouds you love. So I'm just adding on that gel and just sort of going down each cloud at a time, and then once I am finished, I'll pop it in for a cure. Okay, and obviously this step here now, it's entirely up to you, but I thought every cloud has a silver lining, and I thought that was pretty poignant as well too for this new year. You know, hopefully we're going to have a silver lining, guys, because my goodness me, we so need it. So if you want to put a little silver lining on your clouds, go right ahead. If not, you can skip it. Maybe you want a gold lining or some other color, but I'm going to do a little silver one here with some glitter, and then we're going to cure that, and then we'll get on to the top coating. Okay, and on to our favourite bit, the top coating. Who doesn't love a good top coat? And it is amazing to see the colours come alive. I'm using, as I always do, the wet look finish. I love this top coat. It is my favourite hard gel top coat, and it lasts for ages. I adore it. So this nail would even look great just left matte as well too, but that's it. That is the top coating done, and then I will show you the finished results. Ta-da! And there we go, guys. That is the finished result. I absolutely love it. I think this is probably one of my most favourite nails to date. I love these metallic watercolours. They're just so good for nail art. They're so much fun, and they give off such a lovely sheen. So I really like this. And I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I don't know, maybe you've got some metallic watercolors, or maybe you're going to get yourself some, but they're definitely fab to have a play with in the future. I'm definitely going to try some galaxy nails, a few other ideas in my head, but I'm really impressed with them, both on a black background and the white. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a wee like, leave a comment below, say hi, subscribe, ring that bell, and I will be back again next week. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you all again next time.